'cause I'm a fool for your love.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I allowed my Instagram followers to pick my makeup for me. So pretty much for each step of my makeup routine, I gave 2 different options and put polls up on my Instagram and went with the product that had the most votes. So this is a look that I came up with the products you guys chose for me. So if you want to see how to get this look and you want to see the products that my Instagram followers chose, then just keep watching. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up the options for primer. So I had to repost everything because my dumbass forgot to take screenshots of everything. So I had to repost all the options today. But anyways, let's go to primer. And for primer, the e.l.f. one, it's 56% and Becca was 44%. Let's just for the hell of it see how many people voted. So 35 votes for e.l.f., 28 votes for Becca. So pretty close. I personally really like both primers, but they're good for like different reasons. I personally really like the e.l.f. primer. I've been using it a lot lately. The Becca is good too, but the Becca is definitely for people that have really oily skin and you only want to use that on the areas that get really oily, where the e.l.f. you can kind of apply all over. The other one's just really intense, where this one is kind of like for a lot of different skin types. It's not just for oily because it's not a really heavy primer. So this is what it looks like if you've never seen it. And I just take my nail. I did just wash my hands, don't worry. I'm just going to take my nail and just apply it on the T-zone. I mean, to be honest, I don't really need primer because it's not like I'm wearing this makeup anywhere. I'm literally wearing it to my couch. But, you know, we're just going to apply primer anyway for the hell of it. Okay, let's move on to foundation. So for foundation... we have 70% Dose of Colors and 30% Jouer Essential High Coverage. And there was 54 votes for Dose and 23 votes for Jouer. So let's go in with the Dose of Colors. I'm going to be using the 118 Light Medium shade. I really do like this foundation. It's not like my favorite, but it is a very good foundation and I really don't have like any complaints with it. I've used it many times. This shade is going to be a little dark on me, but we'll make it work. So I'm just going to take it on this little brush here and just swipe it on. Once I have it on, I'm just going to take my e.l.f. Beauty Sponge and just pat this into the skin. I did not do an option for concealer because, to be honest, I don't really have many options that you guys could have chose from. I'm kind of running low on my own concealer collection. So I'm just going to use the Dose of Colors concealer today. But, yeah, so that's why I didn't post one for the concealer, just because I don't really have many options to choose from. Okay, like I said, I'm just going to go in with the Dose of Colors concealer, and I'm just going to be using shade Light 10. I'm also going to cream contour. I'm just going to use this Ben Nye Matte HD Foundation Palette. This wasn't on my options either, but yeah, I decided I'm just going to do a little bit of cream contouring just because I've been doing a lot of eating and we need to slim this face up a little bit. Definitely get this jawline because Yeah, again, just been doing a lot of eating. Alright, so I'm just going to blend out the concealer. This concealer does oxidize, by the way. I don't know if you guys can tell, but you can see like it does oxidize. But this shade still really works for me. This is, again, shade light 10. So honestly, I would go with shade down, just because it does slightly oxidize. Not down from 10, I'm just saying like whatever shade you think you would be, maybe go a shade down from there. I do like a pretty bright under eye. That's just me, that's just what I like. But, you know, everyone is different, so. Setting powder. Let's see what you guys chose. And we got 46 votes for Cover FX, 32 votes for Juvia's Place. So we're gonna obviously go with Cover FX, which I'm actually happy about because this is a newer setting powder for me. I've only tried it like 1 or 2 other times, and so far I'm liking it, so I want to continue using it. I've used the Juvia's Place one many times. That is a good one if you're looking for like a cheaper or more inexpensive setting powder. Like, it's good. It's not the best setting powder that I've ever used, but I've definitely used it quite a few times. So obviously if I've used it that many times, like, it's not like I don't like it. It's just not the best out there. I'm just gonna knock some powder into the cap, and I'm just gonna use this powder to set underneath my eyes. Honestly, my under eye area is not bright enough for me. I need a little bit more. I'm like weird, like I really like my under eyes to be bright and concealed. Like, I really don't like when you see darkness peeking through, like that bothers me so much. Okay, now going in with the powder, I'm just gonna pick it up on my sponge and just set underneath my eyes. This is the Cover FX Translucent Light powder. So I think they have a light and a deep. So I'm gonna bake with this. So I'm just gonna apply it pretty much throughout the center of my face, just to really lock in all that highlighting that we did. And I'm also going to apply it on the jawline just to clean up the contour. And for the rest of my face, I didn't put this on the poles. I just am going to use it. I just felt like it wasn't a necessary step to have you guys vote on. I'm just going to take a regular face powder. This is the LA Girl Pro Face powder, and I'm just going to set the rest of my face where I didn't put the translucent powder. This is a really great drugstore powder, the LA Girl one. It's really, I don't know, just like nice and fine. It's not heavy. Okay, anyways, I put that all over. Now we're gonna move on to bronzer. So let's see what you guys picked for that. I wanna say, when I checked last time, it was 50-50, so, oop. Okay, so you guys picked Hoola at 53% and BH Cosmetics was 47%. So I guess we'll be going with Hoola. Yeah, so we'll go with Hoola. I'm just going to use the Hoola from this Benefit palette, and I'm just going to take this brush, which is actually also by Benefit. It's a really nice like bronzing contour brush. Okay, so for blush, you guys chose Gold Rush by Benefits. The other option was the MAC Hush Tone. So 56% for Benefits Gold Rush. I've actually never worn this blush before. This is what it looks like. It's really pretty. I'm a little scared though, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm not one to really wear really shimmery blushes, and this seems really, really shimmery. So I don't know how it's gonna look on my skin, but we're gonna go for it because it's what you guys chose. I feel like not a lot is getting on the brush. I feel like it doesn't really have a ton of pigment. What the hell? Oh, well actually I kind of see it. It's just not like an overly pigmented blush. It's very subtle and it has like a pretty sheen to it. It's actually kind of nice. I like it. I just don't know if this is a blush that I would wear like on a long day, like if I'm gonna have my makeup on all day. I try to avoid blushes with shimmer in it because I do get oily naturally, so I don't like to enhance that by having shimmer like on the apples of my cheeks, but it is really pretty. While we're here, I'm actually just gonna wipe away the powder just because we've had it on for a little while. Okay, next up is highlights, and highlight got 62% for Wet n Wild and 38% for Juvia's Place. So guess we're gonna go with the Wet n Wild's I'm So Lit highlighter. So this is what it looks like. This is a really, really great drugstore highlighter. If you've never tried it, they have a couple different shades. It's super duper pigmented and really, really inexpensive. So I definitely recommend it. So yeah, let's just go in with the I'm So Lit highlight. Okay. Like you can see, it's really, really pigmented. Okay, so that is it for the face. Everything looks actually really good. I wasn't sure how all these products were gonna work together because I don't think I've ever used this powder with that foundation. I've never used that blush before. So, yeah, you guys did a good job. This is what it looks like. So now we're gonna move on to the eyes. And for the eyes, I actually did take a screenshot of that from last night. So I'm gonna go off of that. And for the eyes, the Amrezy palette won by 57%. Not by 57%, it won at 57%. And the Volume 1 Norvina palette got 43%. So we're gonna go in with the Amrezy palette, which I'm not mad at because I haven't really played around with that too much. I've done a couple looks with it and then I haven't really touched it since. So let's see what kind of look I'm gonna create with that. Okay, so this is the direction that I decided to go in with this palette. So I'm gonna go ahead and start on this eye. I just kind of wanted to start on this eye just to get an idea of what I wanted to do. But now that I have an idea, now we're gonna jump into the other eye. So I am gonna start off with the Anastasia Eye Primer. I do like this primer a lot. I've gotten asked that quite a bit if I like this primer, and yes, I do. I think it's really great. But sometimes I do like my P. Louise primer more. It just kind of depends on what I'm going for, like what kind of look I want to do. This primer does dry down a lot more compared to the P. Louise, so if you really don't like really tacky wet primers, then you probably would prefer this over the P. Louise. So now I'm going to take the color OG from the palette, and that is just going to go in my crease. I'm actually bringing it a little bit above my natural crease just because I do have hooded lids, so I just want to make sure that you can actually see this color and it doesn't get hidden. Okay, once I have that color on, I'm gonna go in with the color 1988. So that color is just gonna go on the outer corner, but I am also going to bring it inward as well, just because we are going to be cutting the crease. I kind of have an unpopular opinion when it comes to Anastasia eyeshadows. I feel like for a lot of people, Anastasia shadows are like their favorite, and they own all the palettes, and Anastasia can do no wrong. And don't get me wrong, I love Anastasia. However, they are not my favorite eyeshadows. Sometimes I find the mattes don't really blend the best compared to other eyeshadows that I have. So actually, well, that's a lie. I do really love the Norvina palette, but I think that is a different formulation than this palette. This palette is gorgeous, but I'm a little anal when it comes to blending. So if an eyeshadow isn't blending how I want, it just gets on my nerves. But anyways, we're going to go in with the Anastasia Eye Primer again, and we're going to cut our crease with this. And I actually found a new brush that I love cutting the crease with. It is by AOA, so shopmissa.com. That's where you can get this. And it's the F16. It's this tiny, tiny little concealer brush, but it works perfectly for cutting the crease. It's just like the perfect little size. So I'm just going to do a half cut crease. But you can see it just like gives you the most precise line. I just really like how easy it is to work with this brush. Okay, so now I'm just going to go in with the color Barb. I'm actually going to wet my brush. I'm just using a setting spray. And it's just going to allow the eyeshadow to go on a lot better and a lot easier and more pigmented. Okay, now I'm going to take the color Leo, which is this turquoise color. And you want to be really careful with this color because it is very pigmented. So just be light-handed with it. And then I'm going to go back in with the Barb color and just mesh those two colors together and make sure that they're blended and it's not just like a harsh line in between the two. Now I'm going to take the color Yugo. And I'm just going to stamp this on the outer corner just to deepen it up, and I'm working it into the blue as well, just again so there's not like this harsh line, and that I just want them to kind of flow into each other. I feel like this is one of those looks like I'm not sold on it right now. Like I'm not loving it, but I feel like once I put lashes and liner on, I'm going to like it a lot better. Okay, now I'm going to move on to see what won for eyeliner. So I chose, the two options were black or colored liner. What? That makes no sense. How is it? What? 40 for color, 40 for black, but yet it says black won by 51%. Okay, I'm gonna let that sit for a minute, see if that changes because it's tied right now. So I guess I'll just move on to the lower lash line, and then I'll check the eyeliner in a minute. Yeah, actually for the lower lash line, I'm gonna go in with white liner. White liner just like opens up your eyes, makes them look bigger. I just feel like it sometimes makes the eyeshadow pop a lot more than if you were to go in with like a black or brown. And then for the lower lash line, I'm gonna go in with the Yugo color. Applying the Yugo color on the outer corner of the lower lash line. I'm also blending out this area just because I feel like it's not blending that well. Now I'm just going to go in with the setting spray. I'm going to wet my brush and I'm going to take the color Leo. And this is going to go on the like middle to inner corner area. I'm going to take the color OG, which was the first color we used, and I'm just going to apply that underneath the Yugo color just to kind of blend it out a little bit, just because I feel like it's a little harsh. Okay, and then for the last color, we're actually going to go back in with Barb. So I'm just going to take a little bit of primer and just apply it on the inner corner just so the eyeshadow sticks a little bit better. I'm gonna give that a few more minutes and let somebody else vote, hopefully to break the tie. But in the meantime, I'm gonna do my lips. So for lips, actually, I did screenshot that from last night, and that was, so nude. Nude got 60% and color got 40%. So I'm gonna go with a nude. Let me just go pick out the lip liner. So I know this looks super dark, but trust me, once I put on the nude, it's gonna look a lot better. I use the Dose of Colors Supernatural Liquid Lipstick. And this is like a, what's the word? Like an orangey nude. I'm actually gonna use a little brush to blend that into the lip liner. And then I just kind of want to lighten up the center of the lips. So I'm just going to take the color Best of Me by MAC. It's from their Powder Kiss collection. So basically they're just like really, really matte bullet lipsticks. They're really, really comfortable on the lips. And I love this color for lightening up any nude shades because it's like super duper nude. Okay, last time I'm going to go ahead and check the score for the eyeliner, and if it's still 50-50, then I'm just gonna make the decision myself. Okay, so eyeliner 51% black, color 49%, so it was really close, but we're gonna go in with some black liner. So I'm just gonna use, I think I'm just gonna use this Il Makiage liner, and I'm gonna do a wing. So yeah, let me do that real quick. I'm actually kind of glad that the black one, because I think the color liner just wouldn't really look great with this look. So I'm not mad. I'm not mad that it ended up being black. Going to go in with the black from the palette, and I'm going to smoke out this liner a little bit. Okay, so lastly we're going to see what you guys picked for the lashes, and for those, oh wait, actually I think that's at the beginning of my story. Okay, so it was really close. 42 votes for the lashes on the left, 40 votes for the lashes on the right. So the ones that won are the more dramatic, like fuller ones. They're very, very similar in style. It's just these ones are a little bit more dense. Lately, I actually have been applying lashes like this. So I take my glue. I'm just going to use the Duo Lash Adhesive today. And I don't do this on clients. If I do this on clients, I use disposable eyeliner brushes. But on myself, since this is my own personal tube, I'm just going to do it right off the tube. And I'm just going to apply the lash glue across my lash line. And it's just a lot easier to apply the lashes this way than have to wait for them to dry on the lash. Like, I don't know, it's a lot easier just to be able to stick them right onto your lash line with the glue already there. So while it's drying, I'm just gonna kind of bend the lash a little bit and make it a little bit more flexible. Okay, so that is it for today's look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I actually thought this video was kind of fun to do. Definitely different than just sitting down and figuring out a look myself. It was kind of nice to have some guidance on what products to use. So I definitely plan on doing another video like this in the future. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, please go hit that subscribe button. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.